let's have a look at EQing reverb as the next tip. So we've got the vocals soloed here, and I've got them going to a bus with Valhalla Vintage on here. So we've got a concert hall. So let's say we were doing like a remix of this track or something. So we're just going to treat the vocals in solo. We're going to create like a more of an ambient kind of vocal effect. So let's have a listen to how it sounds.
Give me something to believe. Give me something to...
Okay, so quite big sounding. Now this would be another example of where sidechaining could be good. So we could sidechain the compressor to the vocal, which will duck the reverb when the vocal plays, and that will increase intelligibility. But that's not the tip that we're covering. We're covering EQ. So let's grab an EQ. So we want to identify areas that we think we could kind of improve the reverb or help it gel with the vocal. And I want to try doing a bit of a dip in this kind of area. So to help the main vocal cut through, I'm going to go in this kind of,
Give me something to believe.
yeah, that kind of area.
Something to believe. Give me something to believe.
And maybe in this muddy kind of area.
Give me something to believe.
Now we could do this dynamically as well. Maybe a little bit dynamically, a little bit static.
Give me something to believe. Give me something to believe.
We could do a little bit of an overall low shelf.
Give me something to believe. Give me something to believe.
We could even do an overall high shelf as well if we wanted to make sure that there's really lush high frequencies of the vocal are not in the reverb. So it can help separate the reverb from the actual dry vocal a little bit as well.
Give me something to believe. Give me something to believe. Give me something to...
Okay, let's bypass it in and out.
Give me something to believe. 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 Give me something to believe.
So especially in this low kind of range, it's really kind of messy sounding with the reverb in with all those frequencies in there.
Give me something to believe.
So let's say more clarity,
Give me something to believe.
a little bit less clarity, especially when we're dealing with such a big reverb time and that very kind of characterful concert hall setting. So that's the next tip, is EQ your reverb. Now we can of course do this with the drums again as well. So this can be great to do with your drum reverb. So let's take the vocals off for a sec. Okay, let's get a bit where the drums actually play. Okay. Okay, so when we're looking at the drums here, we could kind of think about, a similar approach to you might EQ drums generally. Some people cut the lows on the drum reverb, but I actually usually quite like to boost them because I love that sound on the low frequencies of the reverb. It gives it a nice kind of rounded effect. But I often find this area, there's often an area that we could bring down. Maybe we could do like an overall boost here and maybe a bit of a gentle cut as well at the top. We'll go linear phase. Without. What we're doing when we EQ the reverb, for me, we're adding size because we're suddenly saying, all right, this is going to be comparatively quieter, this mid-range kind of area, lower mid area. This is going to be comparatively louder, as is high frequencies here, not the very, very high frequencies. It's like it's stretching slightly the reverb because the lows are louder, the tops are louder, but the mid-range isn't. I think it adds size to the track. Let's try it in the mix. it's pretty subtle. It's sometimes hard to decipher exactly with the vocals playing as well. I'm doing shortest loops because it's really the best way of being able to try and decipher the change that you're making. Let's try again. Okay, maybe not that short. Let's try exaggerating it. Yeah, so that can work quite nicely on your kind of room reverb sound to bring out the frequencies that you want to be reverberating and remove some of the more muddy frequencies within the drums. So that's the next tip, EQ your reverb, and obviously that works well with the compression tips we looked at before. You can use the two in combination to really get a nice reverb sound going. Okay, let's head into another video, so I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.